Stop making excuses for the energy you carry. If your life is attracting struggle, poverty, and chaos, it is because your inner vibration is set to the frequency of lack. You are not cursed. You are not unlucky. You are untrained in the art of personal magnetism. Wealth is not looking for people who chase it desperately. It finds those who have tuned themselves into its signal. The world is full of men who work tirelessly but achieve little, and men who seem to pull abundance from thin air. What's the difference? Their aura, their personal atmosphere, their unspoken force. And the first truth you must accept is that you are either attracting or repelling every opportunity, every relationship, every dollar by what you radiate. Your aura is your advertisement, your invisible handshake, your silent introduction before you ever speak a word. Now, I tell you this without apology or softening. If you want wealth, you must become wealth. You cannot think, speak, or act in poverty and expect abundance to reward you. You must program your mind, your habits, and your self-image for prosperity so completely that people feel it when you walk in the room. Stop asking, how do I get money? And start asking, how do I become the kind of man to whom money naturally flows? The question shapes your journey. Riches obey law, not luck, not wishes, not daydreams, but a code of mental conduct. The greatest fortunes are built first in thought, then in character, then in action. That's why you see men lose everything and then rebuild it, while others win the lottery and lose it all. The secret isn't outside you. It is in the way you have trained or failed to train your aura. Let me break the spell of confusion. Your aura is not mysticism or superstition. It is the sum of your attitude, your belief, your discipline, and the expectations you hold for yourself. It's the atmosphere of confidence and purpose you carry into every negotiation, every challenge, every morning when you wake up. People sense it instantly, just as animals sense strength or weakness. You have met men whose very presence commands respect before they open their mouth, and others who are dismissed without a word. This is not an accident. You are not born with it or without it. You build it layer by layer with every decision, every thought, every action. The first law of building a magnetic aura is self-mastery. Control your mind, and you control your fate. Most people live on autopilot, reacting, complaining, echoing the fears of others. Not you. Not if you want to magnetize wealth. You must take ruthless responsibility for the quality of your thoughts. There is no room for self-pity, envy, or bitterness. These poisons dim your light and drive opportunity from your doorstep. Replace them with gratitude, with vision, with relentless optimism. Every time you catch yourself doubting, correct your posture, lift your chin, and speak a new command to your subconscious. You are not your circumstances. You are not your setbacks. You are the architect of your energy, and what you build within will be seen without. The second law is intentionality. The universe does not reward vague wishes or aimless longing. It moves in the direction of your dominant intention. Decide with precision what you want to attract. Is it wealth? Define the sum. Is it opportunity? Describe it in detail. Do not merely wish, decree. Write your goals in bold, clear language. Repeat them out loud. Let your words be spells, not suggestions. When you commit your desires to language, you harness a creative force that has built empires and moved mountains. Weak words create weak results. The world responds to the man who knows what he wants and is unafraid to declare it. The third law is action in alignment with belief. Your aura is built not by what you say, but by what you do repeatedly. If you want to radiate abundance, you must act abundantly. This does not mean spending recklessly or pretending to be something you're not. It means behaving as the man you are becoming, not the man you have been. Dress with dignity, not to impress others, but to reinforce your self-respect. Speak with authority, not arrogance. Show up early, prepared, and ready to solve problems. Make every meeting, every handshake, every decision a reflection of the high standards you are setting for your life. The world is watching, even when you are alone. The fourth law is environment. Your aura is shaped by what you allow around you. Audit your surroundings without mercy. Are you surrounded by cynics, complainers, victims? Their energy is infecting yours. Protect your mental environment as fiercely as you would your home from a thief. Fill your world with inspiration, with beauty, with people who push you to rise higher. Read books that challenge you, not comfort you. Listen to wisdom, not noise. Turn your home and your workspace into altars of focus, discipline, and ambition. You cannot maintain a strong aura in a weak environment. The fifth law is persistence. Your aura is not built in a day. It is sculpted through daily effort, small victories, and the refusal to break when others would. Most people quit when results don't come quickly. They return to old habits, and their aura reverts to mediocrity. You must persist. Your energy compounds with every act of self-mastery, every bold declaration, every courageous step into the unknown. In time, people will notice the change in you. They will feel it before they see it. You will no longer chase wealth. It will find you, drawn by the strength of your personal magnetism. If you want to know why you are attracting what you are attracting, look no further than your own energy. You can change your financial destiny faster by changing your aura than by chasing 100 tactics or schemes. Start now. Walk with purpose. Speak with conviction. Act with integrity. Refuse to entertain smallness in yourself or others. You are becoming a wealth magnet, and the world cannot help but respond. Let this be your new standard. Never apologize for your ambition. Never shrink to fit the comfort of others. Never dilute your energy to make people like you. Wealth rewards those who have the courage to stand out, to claim their desire, and to become the living embodiment of abundance. This is your charge. This is your opportunity. Turn your aura into a magnet so strong that nothing but success, wealth, and opportunity can cling to you. And remember, if you do not program your aura, the world will do it for you. Decide now what you will attract and become it. The process of transforming your aura into a wealth magnet is not a journey for the faint of heart. Most men will falter because the discipline required is inconvenient and the honesty demanded is uncomfortable. But let me tell you plainly, the man who is willing to examine himself with ruthless clarity is the man who will master his destiny. Before you see a single dollar more in your life, you must first strip away every invisible limitation you have built around yourself. The world does not pay for effort. It pays for results. And results are a direct function of the energy you broadcast from the inside out. Begin this part of your transformation with radical self-inquiry. Ask yourself, without flinching, what beliefs have I inherited from my family, my community, my past failures that hold me back from prosperity? Are you repeating your father's fear of risk, your mother's anxiety over security, your own regrets of yesterday? Are you carrying wounds that were never yours to bear? Understand, you do not break the cycle by resenting it. You break the cycle by outgrowing it. That begins with awareness. The moment you identify a limiting belief, write it down. Confront it as you would a traitor in your camp. Do not make excuses for your chains. Name them and prepare to break them. How do you begin to change these beliefs? You replace them relentlessly with new commands. Every morning, stand before the mirror and declare, I am a wealth magnet. My thoughts, my actions, my very presence draw opportunity and abundance to me. It will feel foolish at first. That is the old program resisting deletion. Say it anyway. The mind is programmable, and repetition is your most powerful tool. The man who controls his self-talk controls his future. Speak your new beliefs with authority, as if they are already true, because in time they will be. Let's move to your daily habits, for your habits are the architecture of your aura. If you wake each morning in chaos, reacting to the demands of others, you send a message to your subconscious. My time is not valuable. My energy is for rent. But if you wake with intention, reading, planning, visualizing your day, you broadcast a different signal. You train your aura to command, not comply. Every action, no matter how small, is a vote for the man you are becoming. Make your mornings sacred. Fill them with activities that reinforce your belief in your own abundance and capability. Write your goals, review your victories, rehearse your gratitude. Wealth is a vibration, and you tune into it through consistent ritual. But be warned, the world will test your resolve. Friends, family, society, they will scoff, criticize, and question the changes you are making. They will call it arrogance, delusion, or selfishness. This is the greatest test of all. You must remember that all men who achieve anything extraordinary are first misunderstood. Do not dilute your energy to fit the comfort of the mediocre. Protect your ambition from the doubts of others. Let your aura be your armor, not your apology. One of the most powerful ways to strengthen your wealth, magnetism, is by mastering the art of giving. This is a law, not a suggestion. You cannot receive what you are not willing to circulate. Give generously, not just money, but value, encouragement, ideas, effort. When you give, you program your subconscious with the belief that you are a source, not a sink, a creator, not a beggar. This is the paradox. The more you contribute, the more you signal to your mind and to the universe that abundance is your natural state. But give wisely, never out of obligation, never to be liked, never to enable weakness in others. Give from a place of strength, with the expectation of expansion, not depletion. Surround yourself with energy that multiplies yours. No man becomes a wealth magnet in isolation. Seek out mentors, allies, and environments that reinforce your new standard. Join rooms where your old self would feel out of place. Study the language, the posture, the mindset of those who already possess what you desire. Do not envy them, learn from them. Success leaves clues, and those clues are often found in the invisible cues. The way the wealthy think, the way they carry themselves, the way they treat time and opportunity. Absorb these lessons, let them alter your inner climate, and soon you will find your outer results changing as well. Now, discipline is your most loyal servant in this journey. Most people are motivated by mood or external praise. You must rise above both. Discipline is the daily act of doing what needs to be done, regardless of applause or emotion. The aura of a wealth magnet is bright because its owner has cultivated an internal standard that does not waver with the weather of circumstance. Do not wait for motivation. Engineer your environment so that you cannot help but succeed. Leave notes to yourself, set reminders, construct routines that require as little willpower as possible. Make your discipline automatic, and your energy will remain consistently high no matter the chaos around you. Your physical body, too, is an integral part of your aura. Treat it as the vessel of your wealth. Poor health radiates low energy, and low energy repels opportunity. Prioritize rest, movement, nutrition, and mental stillness. Walk with your head held high and your shoulders back, and you will see how people respond to you differently. Every act of self-respect adds a layer to your aura, making it more magnetic, more compelling, more attractive to the very things you seek. Finally, you must practice the most difficult art of all, patience without passivity. Your aura will not shift overnight. There will be days you feel like nothing is changing, like the old patterns still cling to you, like your new reality is just out of reach. This is when most men retreat to their former selves. But not you. You will persist. You will show up, speak the language of wealth, embody the habits of the rich, even when no one is watching. The universe is watching. It is testing your readiness. Hold your course. The shift is happening, even when you cannot yet see it. When you persist in the visible must change. Each day, recommit to your vision. Each day, check your thoughts, your words, your actions. Each day, audit your environment and reinforce your boundaries. You are constructing an aura so powerful that wealth and opportunity have no choice but to obey. This is the law. This is the path. Walk it with conviction, and soon you will realize that what once seemed out of reach has become your new, inevitable reality. You must understand, with all the seriousness of a man determined to rise, that your inner world always precedes your outer world. Wealth, like every great achievement, is created first as a state of consciousness before it ever becomes a line in your bank account or a title on your office door. If your mind remains shackled by the beliefs of limitation, lack, and unworthiness, then every effort you make will be sabotaged by invisible hands, your own. The discipline of becoming a wealth magnet is not for those who seek shortcuts or easy applause. It is for those willing to conduct a relentless audit of their attitudes, their habits, and most importantly, their self-image. Do not underestimate the destructive power of self-doubt. That small, insidious voice inside your head that whispers, "You don't deserve it. You are not ready. Others are luckier." Each time you indulge these thoughts, you weaken your aura and invite disappointment to your table. I am not speaking in riddles. This is the most direct truth I can offer you. If you wish to attract wealth, you must become a man who expects it, who carries himself each day as one who commands value, creates opportunity, and is worthy of every good thing this life can offer. How do you build such a self-image? By refusing to entertain thoughts that contradict your goals. Each time a limiting thought appears, challenge it. Demand evidence. Ask yourself, is this belief serving me, or is it sabotaging me? If it is not serving, replace it with one that does. The repetition of positive self-talk is not childish. It is the method by which your subconscious mind is re-educated. And your subconscious mind, remember, is the governor of your aura. It is the invisible engine that powers the visible results. Let's address a truth few will tell you. The world is not obligated to reward you for your efforts, but it is programmed to reflect back to you the energy you emit. When you step into every room as if you belong there, when you speak as though your words have consequence, when you expect good things to flow to you, you begin to radiate a frequency that others instinctively respond to. Opportunities appear by chance. Strangers offer help. Doors that were locked begin to open. This is not coincidence. This is the magnetic power of a man who has claimed his worth. However, I warn you, you cannot fake this power for long. Your aura is not determined by the mask you wear, but by the thoughts you habitually think and the emotions you choose to cultivate. The world can sense when a man is acting from authenticity and when he is merely performing. Therefore, Do not waste your energy trying to impress or convince. Instead, use that energy to reinforce your belief in yourself. Withdraw from the race to be noticed. Focus on becoming valuable, not visible. When you become truly valuable, visibility and reward are automatic. Examine your associations carefully. The people you allow close to you either feed your wealth magnetism or drain it. Associate with those who are striving, building, dreaming, those who hold themselves to higher standards and expect greatness from you. If your circle is filled with the complacent, the critical, the cynical, you are like a plant placed in poor soil. Your growth is possible, but slow and painful. Environment is not everything, but it is a powerful amplifier of your inner work. Do not be afraid to outgrow people. Your destiny requires it. Another principle you must understand is the power of silence. Most men are too eager to announce their plans, to defend their dreams, to argue with those who doubt them. This is wasted effort. There is immense magnetism in silence, in the quiet self-assurance that does not require validation or permission. The man who quietly builds, who lets his results speak, who remains unshaken by the opinions of others, he is the man who becomes an object of curiosity, respect, and ultimately emulation. Speak less of what you will do and more of what you have done. Let your progress be your proclamation. The daily practices you choose are the foundation of your aura. Develop rituals that sharpen your focus, elevate your energy, and reinforce your vision. Begin each morning with intention. Review your goals. Read something that uplifts your mind. Visualize your desired outcome. Move your body to awaken your spirit. Protect the first and last hours of your day fiercely, for they are when your subconscious is most susceptible to suggestion. This is not mere self-help. This is a proven process of reprogramming your mind and therefore reconfiguring your aura. Wealth responds to clarity and commitment. Most men dabble, hesitate, and entertain distractions. You must be different. Decide precisely what you want, why you want it, and what you are willing to give in exchange. Then commit without reservation. Do not allow yourself the luxury of a backup plan, a convenient excuse, or a halfway effort. The universe rewards the man who is all in, who signals with his thoughts, his words, and his actions that he will not retreat, will not compromise, will not lower his standard to fit the comfort of the crowd. There will be setbacks. There will be days when your confidence falters, when circumstances conspire against you, when progress seems invisible. These are the moments that define your magnetism. The man who persists, who holds fast to his vision in the dark, who refuses to surrender his inner conviction to outer chaos, becomes irresistible to the forces of wealth. Adversity is not your enemy, it is your crucible. It is the necessary friction that polishes your aura and prepares you for greater reward. Remember, wealth is not a destination, it is a byproduct of the man you become. When you focus on mastering your thoughts, refining your habits, elevating your associations, and persisting in the face of adversity, you transform yourself into the kind of person to whom wealth naturally gravitates. This is not magic. This is the law. Build your character with the same intensity with which others chase their paychecks, and you will find yourself attracting opportunities they cannot even see. Now, as you go forward, measure your progress not by the money in your pocket, but by the strength of your mind, the quality of your relationships, the discipline of your habits, and the resilience of your spirit. These are the true indicators of your wealth magnetism. When these are in order, the money follows, sometimes slowly, sometimes in torrents, but always in direct proportion to the energy you radiate. Guard your mind. Choose your companions wisely. Persist beyond comfort. You are not merely seeking wealth, You are becoming wealth, and that is the most powerful transformation any man can make. Let me remind you, wealth is not a chase, but an invitation. You do not need to exhaust yourself running after money, opportunity, or respect. The truth is, what you pursue desperately flees from you, but what you magnetize through the power of your aura comes to you almost effortlessly. But this effortless flow is the result of persistent inner work, a quiet discipline of self-mastery that shapes your energy, your presence, and your destiny. If you are to become a wealth magnet, you must stop thinking like a hunter and begin to think like a beacon. Your job is not to chase, but to radiate. To radiate, you must become crystal clear on what you want and why you want it. Most men live their lives responding to the loudest demands and the latest crises. They are slaves to circumstance and noise. But you must operate by design, not default. Each morning, declare your intention, decide who you are, what you stand for, and what you are building. When you hold your vision in your mind's eye, not as a wish, but as an expectation, your entire being begins to align with that vision. The thoughts you think, the emotions you feel, and the actions you take form a magnetic field around you, one that silently calls forth circumstances, people, and resources in harmony with your purpose. But beware, clarity without conviction is powerless. You must believe in your vision with such intensity that it becomes a living reality within you long before anyone else can see it. Most people allow the world to talk them out of their dreams at the first sign of difficulty. But the wealth magnet remains undeterred. He strengthens his conviction every day, feeding it with study, reflection, gratitude, and relentless action. Conviction is not something you are born with. It is something you build, like a muscle, through daily choices. Each time you act in spite of doubt, each time you persist when comfort tempts you to quit, you add another layer of strength to your aura. Your environment is both your test and your teacher. If your surroundings do not support your ambition, you must have the courage to change them, or the wisdom to transcend them. Many men complain about the negativity, gossip, or mediocrity around them, but do nothing to alter their circumstances. This is not the way of the wealth magnet. Take a hard look at your home, your workspace, your friends, even your digital life. Does it lift you higher, or does it drag you back? Ruthlessly eliminate what is misaligned with your vision. Surround yourself with reminders of your goal, books, quotes, mentors, or even objects that inspire you to stay the course. Let your environment reflect the man you are becoming, not the man you were. There is immense power in the discipline of stillness. While most of the world chases distractions, the wealth magnet carves out daily moments for silent solitude and reflection. In these quiet spaces, you connect with your intuition, receive new ideas, and reset your emotional state. It is here you can review your progress, recalibrate your intentions, and strengthen your sense of purpose. Do not mistake activity for productivity. The man who takes the time to be still, to listen to his inner wisdom, often accomplishes more in one focused hour than others do in a week of scattered motion. Build this discipline into your life, and your aura will grow calm, powerful, and irresistibly attractive. But the most magnetic quality of all is gratitude. You cannot attract more if you are bitter about what you lack. The wealth magnet begins and ends each day with appreciation for what he already possesses: health, relationships, talents, opportunities, even challenges that build his character. This spirit of gratitude radiates from him and invites greater abundance. It is a law as real as gravity. The man who is thankful multiplies his blessings, while the man who complains multiplies his burden. Whenever you feel fear, anger, or doubt creeping in, pause and ask, what can I appreciate right now? This simple habit will shift your vibration instantly, restoring your magnetism. Never underestimate the power of consistency. The world is full of people who start with a bang and end with a whimper. They read a book, attend a seminar, make grand declarations, and then drift back into old patterns within weeks. But the wealth magnet moves in steady, deliberate steps. He does not chase every trend or jump at every shiny opportunity. He does not let mood or circumstance dictate his progress. Each day he does the work, refines his thinking, guards his energy, and builds his vision whether he feels inspired or not. This is the path of quiet mastery. As you persist, you become an immovable force. Eventually, what once seemed impossible becomes inevitable, not because you were the loudest or the fastest, but because you were the most consistent. Another law you must absorb. Value creation is the foundation of all wealth. Do not look for shortcuts, tricks, or secrets. Instead, ask yourself, how can I solve problems? How can I help more people? How can I bring more value to every situation I encounter? The man who is always searching for ways to serve, whether through his business, his words, or his example, becomes indispensable. And the indispensable man never lacks for opportunities. This is how you set your aura apart from the masses. Become a source of genuine value and contribution, and you will find yourself surrounded by abundance. You must also learn the art of detachment. The wealth magnet is committed to his vision, but not desperate for any single outcome. He does his work with excellence, gives his best, but remains unattached to how or when the reward will come. He trusts that as long as he keeps his mind right, his actions aligned, and his heart grateful, everything he needs will find its way to him, often through channels he could never have predicted. Anxiety and neediness repel what you desire. Calm, confident expectancy draws it in. In summary, the path to becoming a wealth magnet is not complicated, but it does require courage, honesty, and relentless commitment. You must master your mind, discipline your habits, elevate your environment, and persist through setbacks. You must radiate gratitude, create value, and remain unattached to results. Most importantly, you must believe deep in your core that you are worthy of wealth and destined for greatness. This belief, once anchored, transforms your aura into an irresistible force, silently broadcasting to the world that you are ready to receive all that life has to offer. The journey is not for the faint of heart, but for the one who dares to rise above old patterns, shed limiting beliefs, and embody a new identity. If you will do this work, not just once, but daily, you will wake up one morning to discover that wealth has become your companion, success your habit, and fulfillment your constant state. This is the promise of the wealth magnet. This is your opportunity. Claim it now, and let your very presence change your world. There is a secret I must reveal to you now, one that separates those who flirt with the idea of wealth from those who command it. The secret is simple, but few have the discipline to apply it. Your aura becomes magnetic to riches when your thoughts, your words, and your actions are unified in one unwavering direction. Every day, your mind emits a signal, your words transmit a command, and your actions declare a truth. Most people do not realize this. They live in contradiction. They think abundance, speak doubt, and act with hesitation. The universe responds to unity, not confusion. If you want to become a magnet for wealth, you must first become a master of your own alignment. Start with your thoughts. Your mind is the silent architect of your aura. Each thought you entertain, whether of fear or faith, scarcity or sufficiency, leaves its mark. You cannot think lack and expect abundance to knock on your door. So discipline your inner world. Each morning, before the demands of the day invade your peace, sit quietly and choose your thoughts. Imagine the wealth you desire, not as a far-off fantasy, but as a present reality. See yourself living the life you have designed. What are you wearing? Who are you speaking to? How are you moving? Feel the gratitude and certainty that come from already being the man or woman you wish to become. This practice is not childish daydreaming. It is training your subconscious to accept new possibilities. When the mind is conditioned for wealth, it will unconsciously steer you toward the opportunities, people, and actions that create it. Your words follow your thoughts. If you catch yourself speaking in terms of limitation, I can't afford that. That never happens for people like me. I'm just unlucky. Stop immediately. These are commands to your subconscious and broadcast to the world that you expect little. Replace them with the language of power. I am preparing for abundance. Wealth flows to me because I am valuable. Every day I get closer to my financial destiny. This is not about pretending your circumstances are different than they are, but about affirming your direction and refusing to speak against your own growth. Your speech is a daily investment in your future. Sow words of prosperity and watch how circumstances slowly but surely begin to respond. Your actions are the final proof of your commitment. No one becomes wealthy through hope alone. You must move. You must work. You must act as though your future depends on what you do today, because it does. But listen carefully. The key is not frantic, aimless activity, but precise, intentional movement. The man who hustles without vision is just a busy fool. The one who takes consistent, strategic steps toward a clear goal is building momentum that cannot be stopped. Each day, ask yourself, what is one action I can take that brings me closer to my wealth? It could be learning a new skill, reaching out to a potential mentor, refining your service, or simply saving a small sum, small steps, taken persistently, compound into extraordinary results. Success does not belong to the man who does the most, but to the one who stays the course the longest. Let's speak of the energy you emit, your invisible currency. People do not invest in products, companies, or services. They invest in people. And people are drawn to certainty, positivity, and confidence. If you walk into a room with shoulders slumped and eyes on the floor, the world will pass you by. But if you move with purpose, speak with conviction, and radiate optimism, opportunities will find you. This is the magnetic aura in action. Make it your mission to be the most positive, proactive, and encouraging force in any environment. Do not complain. Do not gossip. Do not envy. Every negative impulse you indulge weakens your field. Every positive intention you express strengthens it. Understand this. Wealth is not just a matter of how much you possess, but of how much you can attract and sustain. There are those who stumble into riches only to lose them because their aura was never prepared to handle prosperity. Do the inner work now. Build resilience, humility, and wisdom. Study success not with jealousy but with curiosity. What principles are at play, what habits are rewarded, what thinking patterns are required. When you become a student of wealth, not just a consumer of it, you move into a higher league. You are no longer hoping for a miracle, you are becoming the miracle. Now let us discuss resistance. As you work to elevate your aura, expect resistance. Old beliefs will fight to reclaim their territory. Friends and family may misunderstand your discipline. The world may tempt you with easy distractions or short-term gratification, but the wealth magnet stands firm. He expects opposition, welcomes it as a test, and uses it as fuel. Each challenge is a sharpening stone. Each setback is a signal to redouble your focus. Never argue for your limitation. Never seek pity or validation for your struggle. Remember, no one is coming to rescue you. You must decide every day that you are worth the effort it takes to rise. Generosity is another secret of magnetism. The man who gives freely time, attention, encouragement, or resources opens himself to greater return. This is not about giving to get, but about breaking the stranglehold of scarcity on your mind. The open hand attracts more than the clenched fist. Do not fear lack. Act as though abundance is your nature, and you will find yourself surrounded by more than you imagined possible. When you see others succeeding, celebrate them. When you can help, do so without expectation. The world is watching how you treat opportunity. Reward it, and it will return to you multiplied. In your daily life, be relentless in the practice of self-renewal. Take time each week to reflect on your progress. Are you growing or simply moving? Are you acting from your highest values or slipping back into old habits? Adjust quickly. Do not wait for perfect circumstances. Create them by the force of your will. Each morning is a new chance to project your vision, speak your intention, and act in alignment. The wealth magnet knows. Consistency compounds. One day, the world will call you lucky, not realizing how many invisible battles you have already won. Above all, never surrender your vision to the doubters or the disbelievers. Most men are spectators of life. You must be a participant, a creator, a leader. Guard your mind as you would a treasure vault. Feed it only with ideas, people, and experiences that strengthen your belief in yourself and your mission. Your energy is precious. Do not waste it on arguments, drama, or anything that pulls you away from your purpose. The stronger your focus, the brighter your aura. The brighter your aura, the faster you become a magnet to every form of wealth, material, spiritual, and relational. Now, you stand at a threshold. The door to abundance is not somewhere outside yourself. It is within, waiting for you to unlock it with the keys of discipline, clarity, and conviction. Do not look for miracles. Become the miracle. Step forward with boldness. You are not here to be ordinary. You are here to be magnetic. Make your aura so powerful that riches, opportunity, and success cannot resist you. This is not fantasy. This is law. It is time to claim it. When you reach this stage of understanding, your responsibility shifts. No longer is it about chasing wealth with desperation or pleading for opportunities to come your way. Instead, your life transforms into a silent demonstration of principle, of the unbreakable connection between your inner vibration and your outer results. Let me say this as clearly as possible. The world does not give you what you want. It reflects what you are. If you wish to see more abundance, you must first become abundance in your thinking, in your posture, in your every expression. This is the true meaning of turning your aura into a magnet for wealth. Start every day as if you are already rich in spirit. Stand before the mirror and remind yourself, I am a magnet for the opportunities and resources required to fulfill my purpose. Do not just recite it, feel it. Allow this certainty to settle into your bones. As you move through your day, bring presence and intention to every interaction, every task, every thought. Wealth is not reserved for those who stumble upon it, but for those who prepare their minds and hearts to receive it. Make no mistake, every emotion you carry, every story you tell yourself about who you are and what you deserve is imprinted upon your aura and projected out into the marketplace of life. Observe your environment. Are you surrounded by energy that uplifts and supports your journey, or by forces that deplete and distract you? Ruthlessly eliminate any influence that sows doubt, negativity, or complacency in your spirit. Your aura cannot attract riches if it is clouded by fear or diluted by compromise. If you must, walk alone, but walk forward. The world will eventually catch up to those whose light cannot be ignored. Be patient with yourself as you grow, but relentless in your standards. Remember, you are not just building wealth, you are building the invisible character that sustains it. Let's talk about gratitude, for it is the master key to all riches. Wealth, when pursued from a place of anxiety or greed, eludes even the most determined. But when you cultivate the ability to be genuinely grateful for what you have, no matter how modest, you signal to the universe that you are prepared for more. Gratitude is the energy that dissolves resistance, melts away self-pity, and turns obstacles into stepping stones. Each night, before you rest, count your gains, not your lacks. Every small victory is a deposit in your spiritual bank account, compounding quietly until it bursts forth in tangible results. Self-belief is the core of your magnetic field. You must become your own advocate when no one else sees your value. Speak to yourself with conviction. Tell yourself the truth. I am capable. I am worthy. I am willing. Refuse to shrink from challenges or setbacks, for they are simply feedback signals guiding you toward greater mastery. The most successful men in history were not immune to doubt, but they learned to act despite it. They trained their minds to move forward regardless of the weather of their emotion. This is the source of true power, the invisible current that attracts the right ideas, people, and resources into your orbit. Do not neglect the practical side of wealth building. Develop habits that keep your physical energy high, your mind clear, and your daily actions aligned. Get up early if you must. Move your body. Feed your mind with great books and nourishing thoughts. Track your progress. Celebrate every bit of growth, no matter how small. The man who builds consistency in the basics will find that success, like iron filings to a magnet, gathers quietly and steadily until it forms something substantial. The aura you project is fed by every disciplined act, every positive decision, every promise kept to yourself. Never allow yourself to become passive in the presence of your dream. Act. Do not wait for perfect timing or ideal conditions. The world is shaped by those who dare to start before they feel ready. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to press forward in spite of it. When you walk boldly in the direction of your vision, uncertainty yields and providence moves on your behalf. This is not mysticism, it is the very blueprint of all creative achievement. The man who stands still, paralyzed by doubt, will watch as others seize the riches that could have been his. Remember, your greatest riches may not always be money. The magnetic aura you cultivate will attract health, strong relationships, new ideas, and deep satisfaction. As you embody this new energy, you will find doors opening that you never noticed before. You will inspire those around you to rise higher, and in lifting others, your own power multiplies. This is the ultimate secret. Wealth, when built upon a foundation of service, gratitude, and unwavering self-respect, grows roots that cannot be shaken by circumstance or by the opinions of others. Take nothing for granted. Each morning is a new beginning. Each night a chapter closed. The man who lives consciously, who takes ownership of his destiny, will find that his aura grows brighter with each passing day. Let others be content with mere survival. You have chosen to thrive. Guard your mind, discipline your actions, elevate your standards, walk with the unshakable knowledge that you are both the architect and the magnet of your own fortune. As I close this message to you, let me leave you with a challenge. Do not simply read these words and feel inspired for a moment. Act. Decide today, right now, that you will become the person whose very presence commands opportunity, attracts wealth, and changes lives. Refuse to be ruled by old stories, limited beliefs, or the opinions of doubters. Build your aura on truth, on discipline, on relentless self-improvement. Make your life the greatest testament to the principle that whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Go forth. Radiate power, purpose, and prosperity in every thought, every word, every action. The world cannot help but respond to such force. Become the magnet. Draw in all that you seek. You are not just here to exist. You are here to lead, to shine, to leave a legacy that echoes through generations. The law is simple, the path is clear, and the opportunity is now. Make your aura so compelling that wealth has no choice but to find its home with you.